This notion of China is kind of a bad boy or something.
Okay.
That's got to be disciplined. Strikes me that they've been engaging in conflict that the United States has been engaging in from time to time. I mean, if the Chinese had surveillance aircraft patrolling a few miles off the west coast of Florida, there'd be an uproar in Washington. So give us your own thought as a student, longtime student in China. What's your sense of this, and how do we move in a way that minimizes this kind of stuff and creates a framework for international understanding? What do you think?
I think that's a nicely put question. I think we often see things from our perspective and don't see it from the Chinese perspective, and there's a huge amount of sort of hypocrisy in all of this, imagining they shouldn't feel the same way we would feel in similar conditions. But I did just want to pick up on two things that were said that I think just could be looked at in a different way. One is that David Sanger raised the question of the concern possibly of a nuclear armed submarines, many of them perhaps being developed by the Chinese. And going back to the rhetoric of deterrence, the assumption is mutual assured destruction. That means that to have mutual assured destruction, you must have a second strike capability on both sides. And if the basis of the U.S. Mutual assured destruction during the Cold War was our submarine capacity, because it is mobile, it's very hard to hit. So this is how we had a second strike capability. So now we, in a sense, want China to feel it has a second strike capability. Is actually very dangerous for a country to feel that we have a first strike capability against it. And I think if you could look at the situation of they're developing nuclear armed submarines as a positive, that now they will feel confident, they don't have to worry about the United States attacking them because we will know that they'll have a second strike capability. The only other point I'd like to make is that any predictions about China's collapse or its economy collapsing in a sense that it's worse than, say, 2008 was for us, that they can't handle it. These predictions are made at just the rate at which the predictions are made that the U.S. stock market is going to collapse. And I think we of course always have to think about this, but we shouldn't premise policy on the belief that the Chinese economy is really in a lot of trouble. The Chinese economists are very smart, they know what they're doing, and they're taking very rational measures to keep the economy chugging along. Of course, they could always have a major crisis that results in a disaster, but as each year goes on, it seems less and less likely. Thank you.
Thanks.